Hariom, welcome back to Dhaaga, the sacred bridge to the essence of Hinduism. I am Kushi, your host on this enlightening journey. Get ready to be enthralled and inspired as we embark on today's mission to debunk some prevalent misconceptions about Hinduism. Today we untangle the webs of misunderstanding surrounding Hinduism. Let's look at 5 widespread myths that perpetuate misinformed narratives in the mainstream media. The number 1 on our list is all Hindus are Indians and all Indians are Hindus. So Hinduism is a religion, whereas India is a country. Therefore, people who come from India are Indians, and people who follow Hinduism are Hindus. Hinduism has had a huge impact on the Indian culture, which often leads to this misunderstanding that all Indians are Hindus. However, India is a country that is a melting pot of diverse cultures and religions, embracing Sikhs, Jains, Muslims, Buddhists, Christians, Jews, and more. Hinduism extends its roots globally, flourishing in countries like Nepal, Bangladesh, Guyana, Thailand, Trinidad, Suriname, Mauritius, and Fiji. And with growing affinity for Eastern spirituality and wisdom, Hindu populations seem to be growing in Europe and North America as well. And in the context of Canada, most Canadian Hindus come from India, Nepal, Bangladesh, Trinidad, Guyana, East Africa, Pakistan, South Africa, Fiji, and Mauritius. Myth number 2 on our list is that Hinduism is a polytheistic religion. Contrary to the popular belief, Hinduism is not a polytheistic religion. At its core, Hindu philosophy holds that God is singular, manifesting as the supreme divine energy known as Brahman. Brahman resides within each of us, and this belief underpins the traditional greeting Namaste, symbolizing a bow to the divine within others. So why so many deities, you may ask? So all humans are different, and we all possess a diverse composition of our individual energies that dictate our preferences, habits, and inclinations, and therefore also affect our version of spirituality, as well as the unique manifestation of Brahman. So this diversity is why Hinduism encompasses numerous gods and goddesses. Individuals have the freedom to connect with the god as the formless energy in one form, in many forms, or in no form at all. Hinduism is a very individualistic path to find your connection with the divine energy. That's why there are so many deities, so many books, and a multitude of ways to connect with the supreme energy and attain oneness with the Brahman, reflecting the idea that multiple paths are available to suit diverse individuals and identities. Speaking of spirituality, we move on to myth number 3, that Hindus are idol worshippers. Well, technically this isn't a myth. However, the practice of idol worship is often misunderstood and misrepresented. This myth was fueled by the presumptions of colonizers in India, as they presented that the worship of Hindu murtis or idols was an example of worship of false gods. Most religions in the world today say that they do not engage in idol worship. However, they have many objects they consider sacred, since that object is used as a reminder of God or one's spiritual path. Similarly, in Hinduism, the murti itself is just a block of wood, metal, or stone, yet it is considered sacred because it is used as a reminder of the manifestation of the god or Brahman. To better understand the understandable and establish a divine connection with that energy, the murtis are worshipped. The Bhagavad Gita, one of the most important and popular Hindu texts, states, "For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested, impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied." Basically suggesting that for beginners on the path of spirituality, it is very hard for them to establish a connection with the vast divine cosmos force of the Brahman, God. Hence, murtis or idols are conduits for connection, especially for beginners in spirituality. Moving on to myth number 4, that Hindus are cow worshippers. Cow hold a special place in Hinduism, symbolizing life, generosity, but they're not exactly worshipped. Instead, they're revered as sacred maternal figures cherished for their life-sustaining qualities. In the Vedas, the oldest Hindu scriptures, the cow is associated with Aditi, the mother of all gods. Historically, Most families in the Vedic period had cows since it could keep you and your family fed without trouble. It gave milk, which could be used to make yogurt, butter, and other things, which kept the families and children fed, and the waste would be used as fuel. Therefore, cows are considered sacred due to their historical contribution and the roles in the society, leading to immense cultural respect. Though only 30% of Hindus are vegetarian, Hindus who do consume meat avoid the consumption of beef due to this shared respect and cultural beliefs. The final myth that we will be looking at today is myth number 5, women are subservient in Hinduism. So Hinduism is the only living religion today with a rich pantheon of female deities. Hinduism acknowledges the divine feminine, revering goddesses like Durga, Saraswati, and Lakshmi. Female deities, also known as Devis, are depicted as light and energy in all beings, and their love and will are integral for the existence and continuance of creation. In the Vedic times, women held positions of power and were educated alongside men. Despite societal patriarchy, Hindu scriptures uphold equality, praising female scholars and acknowledging their intellectual prowess. So, the scriptures also mention active participation of women scholars like Gosa, Gargi, and Maitreyi, amongst many others, in the intellectual and philosophical discussions and discourse. The misconception that women are subservient is a cultural phenomenon, not a religious one. Patriarchy and misogyny are prevalent in the entire world, including India, not because of religious beliefs or philosophy, but culture and the consequences of colonization. It is vital to differentiate between cultural norms and the true essence of Hindu scriptures, which extol equality and respect for women. And that is a wrap for today's episode of Dhaaga, where we untangled some of the most prevalent myths surrounding Hinduism. We hope that this journey has shed light on the richness and diversity and the essence of this ancient way of life. Remember that myths and misconceptions often cloud our understanding. It is crucial to explore beyond the surface, seeking knowledge and understanding before forming opinions. Join us next time as we delve deeper into the beauty and wisdom of Hinduism. Stay connected with Dhaaga and continue this enlightening journey with us. Until next time, may the sacred thread of connection bind us all. Namaste.